What's going on, YouTubers? This is C4 Destroyer from Review Dork, and today I'll be teaching you how to record all your in-game footage completely free just using your PS4. Here are the things that you'll need. You'll need a PS4, an internet connection, hopefully a good one, a PC, just to do edits if need be, and possibly a USB drive. I'll go over that a little bit later. Right now, I'll be going over how to record all your in-game footage completely free with all default software that the PS4 has to offer, and allows you to put up everything on YouTube. If you're starting a new YouTube channel, you want to do tutorials, show your badass gameplay, things like that, I'll give you all the details on how to do that completely free. No capture card needed. So the first thing I like to go over is how to do the settings on your PS4 to record. So by default, if you look on your controller, you have the share button. If we double tap the share button, it'll automatically start to record from the moment we hit the double tap on the share button. It'll record from that moment forward. Now, if we want to see our settings, all we have to do is hit the share button once, and this is what will pop up. If you go down to sharing and broadcasting settings, you can see what exactly the term and length of the videos will be. So by default, I have it at 1 minute for the sake of this tutorial on what I want to show and putting all the clips together, but you can actually record up to 60 whole minutes. Honestly, if you're having a good game, if you're doing competitive play, a lot of those matches only last 10 to 15 minutes. You don't have to set it up for 60. If you're playing an adventure game, maybe 30 to 60 minutes is something you want to do. So just remember where your settings are. I have it for 1 minute, but you can definitely set it for longer than that if needed. And then we can get into how to edit and put them on YouTube. So now that we have a complete setup for recordings, now we need the application that we want to combine everything to then put onto YouTube. We have to use Sharefactory. You can actually download that off of the PlayStation Store. Just go into the PlayStation Store, go through the app section, and just put Share. You'll see Sharefactory there somewhere. Download it. It's a big file size, definitely worth it. And once you download it, you'll see why it's a great way to put everything together and put onto YouTube directly, or at least get everything together where you can later do edits through the computer if you like. So just to give you an idea, for the sake of this tutorial, I'll go to my last project. It'll load up fairly quickly, and I'll play my first clip. Now I have been playing Uncharted 4, so this is just an idea of how to use Sharefactory. First PS4 tutorial. So we have the intro, we have the transitions going from one clip to the next, we have some text, we have Uncharted 4, which is a beautiful game. That's me doing the turnaround because the scenery is just awesome. Interesting to see what the PS4 Pro could do in 4K, which would be nice. We have another transition. Not only can you use Sharefactory transitions, but you can use professional PS4 transitions into your game. So if you're doing a review or tutorial, you can use professional transitions. We also have music in the background, which is freaking awesome. If you can hear me, hopefully you can hear me clearly. You can have some bad ass music. You can add text, as you saw there. He was like, oh hell no. You can add text just to give it some, some nice character, give you an idea and a feel of what you want the videos to be like through your own personality, adding text and things like that. And then you can use the professional transitions to add a little dramatic effect. Some drama going on in our lives. Don't drop them. Don't drop them, man. Don't do it. Of course, the slip. And then the closing scene. If you haven't played Uncharted 4 before, it's definitely a game you want to pick up. With all the boom, bang, zoom, and vroom, definitely a game in 2017 not to miss. Sharefactory. So these are the transitions you can use. in ShareFactory. So just to give you an idea of the layout, this is our general canvas. If you hit the X button, that allows you to add anything. That's why you have the plus sign by the X button icon. If we have square, which allows you to edit anything. And then you have circle, which allows you to back out any of the menus that we have. If you look at the bar going across the screen, the blue bar is the video clips that we have already in place. The green bar, if you can see it, is actually any music that we've added in the game at that time. So you can see, for the most part, in the video, the music only comes at a certain part in the complete video. Um, at least there's a visual thing going on where you can tell where your video and audio is being combined at one time, which is pretty neat. Pretty simple, but compared to Upload Studio, it can be a little bit more complex in regards to user interface and what means what. So once you have ShareFactory already downloaded, what we'll go into next is a new project. Once you hit new project, just to give you a little information, some FYIs, there are free themes you can download. If you go to new themes, if you go down here to new themes, you click it, it'll take you to the PlayStation Store, and it'll automatically take you to the catalog section for the new themes. Some themes are free, some themes are not free. Just a warning. Some cost money, some don't. The themes that you see here are actually completely free. They didn't cost me a dime. I have the Uncharted 4 theme. But for the sake of this video, I'll just go into the ShareFactory theme. And by default, it'll have all the ShareFactory theme intros, outros, title, things like that already checked. I'm going to hit X to deselect at least the next three. I'll keep the intro there just to give us a starting point. So once we've selected what we wanted, you have to hit square. It'll ask you what you would like to name the project. I suggest changing it to a name so that you can find it later. Tutorial 1T. How's that? And we're going to continue. So again, we're on our default canvas where you can see the basic functions there. And our first video. If you ever wanted to see what the videos will look like, just simply hit R2 and any video clips highlighted and any video clips that follow after, it'll play through all the way to the end. So you can get an idea as you work what exactly things look like. So now that we have our intro, let's add some video clips. I believe the next clip was a clip with some text and a transition. So we're going to hit X, go into add screenshot. And this screenshot had text on it, so we're going to do the first one is the one I believe I selected. We're going to hit X and then square to put it in place. And then what you want to do is make sure you have whatever you're editing, whatever you like to do to anything, make sure you're highlighted over it. I like to use the right thumbstick. The right thumbstick allows us to move freely and slide through the actual sectors and segments of the clips. You can use the D-pad if you'd like, but it's too slow in all honesty. Or you could just use the bumpers, but I find using the right thumbstick to be the biggest help because you get a preview of what it looks like in slow-mo. And you exactly know where you are in the video. It's a better way to transition through and figure out what you want. So I use the right thumbstick. I believe in this right here, this screenshot, I put some text. So I already know because if you look at the bottom end of the screen, anything that blows up, that is what you're going to be working on. So we know we're working on the second segment of this video. And we're going to hit square to see what we have available to us in the settings. So we can split it, we can trim it, we can move it if we'd like. If you hit move, use the bumpers to move it. Either I want it as clip 1 or clip 2. You can do it that way. But we're going to actually just hit X to add text. So we want to add text. So whenever you want to add text, bubbles, anything with words or images, that's when you want to go to the add overlay function. So now that we have the add overlay function, you can import images through USB, things like that. You can use theme stickers through the PlayStation Store, stickers that you already have saved to your PlayStation 4. But we're just going to add text for the sake of the video. So I believe I put first, 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 first PS4 tutorial. I don't feel like spelling it all. And then 3 exclamation points. Let's put a space between that. And then R2 is when I'm done. So once you put any images or text on there, you can then transform them and change them. If you hit the transform function, this allows us to move it using the right thumbstick and put it in the correct position. If we use L2 or R2, it allows us to turn the image, almost like in Photoshop if you ever are familiar. Almost the same aspect of Photoshop. If we use L1, it'll shrink it in size. If we use R1, it'll blow it up in size. Let's blow it up for the sake of the video. All right, we're all set and done. So I'm gonna hit X as done with that part. Then we want to change the color. I believe I had it in green. So I'm gonna go to the green area here. And then I'm gonna go down to saturation. I had it heavily saturated. And then I went to text effects. So as you can see here, you can put different effects on your words. Again, almost like Photoshop, but this will be perfectly fine. And then we are done. So that is that. So I have the effects in the first video, sharefactory, and the second video came up, boom, my text comes up, and then a transition would be to the next video. Now, what we have to do, it's a little bit complicated, but I'll explain it as best as I can. To do transitions, it has to be added to the clip before the other clip of the video you want to have that transition for. So let's say this is video clip 1, video clip 2. We want to transition from video clip 2 to video clip 3, which we're going to be adding shortly. In order to do that transition from video clip 2 to video clip 3, we have to actually add the transition to video clip 2. Any transitions to any videos cannot be added at the beginning of the video. And what I mean by that is, let's say you want to transition from video clip 1 to video clip 2. The transition would have to be added to video clip 1. A clip cannot begin with the transition, but it can end with the transition. Hopefully that makes sense to people who are watching this tutorial. All transitions have to be added to the end of the clip. So if you want anything, let's say, oh man, I would really like to add a transition from clip 1 to 2. I wouldn't add a transition to the beginning of clip 2. The software won't allow it. So what does that mean? That means I'll just add it to the video clip before it. I'll add a transition from video clip 1 to video clip 2. So let's add video clip 3. So I'm going to hit X, add clip. I believe I had the turnaround clip. Now, let's say you don't know the thumbnails are here. You don't know what clip it is. All you have to do is hover over it, hit R2. It'll play a sample of the clip to give you an idea of what the clip's about. That way you're not guessing all the time which clip to choose. Pretty neat. So I hit X, that's the one I want. I hit square to put it in. Now if I use the right thumbstick, remember I did a turnaround, I don't want this complete clip. So let's work on this clip first, and then we'll add a transition. So for this clip, I believe I started the turnaround right around here. So what I want to do right now is actually make a cut at this point in the video. To do so, what we do is we're going to be editing it, so we have to hit the square button. And a way to do cuts, they call it splits. We're going to split the clip right here. So once I hit X on split the clip, it won't split it right now. I'm in the split clip, I guess you want to say phase. So anytime I hit X, it'll put a split right down at that spot where I am. So I hit X here. Do you want to split clip? Yes. So there's a split right there, or a cut rather. And then I did the turnaround and I stopped here. So this is where I want to put the next cut. Hit X. Do you want to split clip? Yes. So now I have excess clips. I don't want these clips here. I just want the turnaround right here. This is the turnaround clip that I want to use. I'll hover over with the right thumbstick the clip that I don't want. And if you look on the bottom left hand side, if you hit square, you see the little trash icon. That means delete. Confirm delete. And now that clip is gone. So I'm going to go to the end here. I don't want this clip. It's too much. It's stuff I don't need. Hit square. Now I just have what I want out of that original clip, the whole turnaround. So now that I have the turnaround clip, what I want to do is put a transition from these two here. So I have to go to the end of clip 2. Now remember, you have to be just on it towards the end to do the transition. You want to be right here. This doesn't do anything. This actually tells them you want to transition in this area, and it's not going to allow us to do it. If I wanted to, remember we're still in split clips phase. Hit circle to get out of it. Now we're in the default phase. Now what I want to do is actually add a transition, so I have to hit X. Anytime you add anything, hit X. We don't want to add transition here. It's going to add a transition right where the pointer is on the screen. I want to add it towards the end. So what I use is the right thumbstick to just get to the edge of that video. Hit X. Hit add transition. Boom. Now I have the transition I want. I believe it was this one here. Boom. Now the transition from video 2 is going to move to video 1. And we can quickly, wherever you are, if you want to see it really quick, just go over just a little bit before it. And then if you hit R1, R2, you want to hit R2 to play a quick demo of it. Now for the sake of time and effort, I've already put all the clips in order from the last video like I want it. I have my transitions in there, and there's numerous transitions that you can use, as you can see from what we've done already. As far as the effects go, how I got that bubble, it's the same way that I did the first PS4 lettering for this screenshot here. Instead of going into text first, I went to the stickers section, and you can actually see all the stickers there. They have a bubble, and then I added the text on top of that as another add-on to have that "oh hell no" bubble. So you can definitely add bubbles, things like that. There's different things like pow, bam, very comic-ish that you can add to the screen just to give it some character. Right now, what we're gonna do is actually add that badass music that we had in the video. So I added it towards this part here. So because we're adding, we hit X again. We go into the add music location here. Hit X again. You're going to actually run into the default music here that's available for the Share Factory. You can go into import from USB. So if you have music that you like and you want to put it in your videos, just have the music already in your USB drive, and then pop in your USB drive in your PS4. It'll show here, and it'll actually upload to the application, which is pretty neat. For us, I actually selected My Generation. If you're unsure about what these songs sound like, just like the thumbnail on the video footage that we had, if you hit R2, it'll play a preview so you can get an understanding of what the music sounds like. I already know what it sounds like, so I'm just going to hit X. And this is where it starts. Now, just in case, we're dealing with all audio right now. Once we've added the audio that we want for the track and everything, understand that we're not going to be able to mess with any video until we're done. So just so you know ahead of time, everything that we're doing now will only affect audio at this point in time. So we've already got our audio in place. What we actually want to do now is make our next cut. So just really quick, if we scroll all the way to the right, you'll see that our video has ended here. But this audio file will continue to run until the audio is done. So we have to make our cuts. Just like we did with our video, we have to do it with our audio track. So we don't want the audio to run here. According to our last video, I actually stopped the rock music right before the drama scene, which was right here. So let me use my right thumbstick. This is where I want to make the audio cut roughly. So we'll do it right around here. Now to do the cut, what we'll do is we'll hit square. We'll do split music. We're in the split music function. We'll hit X again. Do we want to split? Confirm. Boom. So now we've made our split. We have this here. This is what we want to be playing in this time of our video. And then we have this excess audio track that we do not want. So again, just like the video, you hit square. It's going to ask delete music, confirm, because we were hovering over it. Now we have the audio that we want. And we'll do a quick playthrough. Hit R2. Cool. So it's there. It's running and everything else. Now what we want to do is actually blend it. You don't want the song, the music to pop up just really rugged with no blending from complete game audio to just flat out rock audio. So what we're going to do next is we have to actually edit this. So we have to get out of split music mode, just like we had to get out of split video mode. So let's hit circle. Now we're in our main menu with just music, and then we actually have to hit square again for a setting. So what we're going to do now is we have the fade ins and fade outs. So we're going to do the fade in. What you want to do for the fade in, my rule of thumb for fade ins is 1.7 seconds. 1.7 seconds. That's a good number. It's a good amount of time for the fade in. It'll take 1.7 seconds from the initiation of the track to full-blown 100% audio on the track. So it's almost, think about it as like a car going 0 to 60. It'll take 1.7 seconds for the audio to go from 0 to its highest peaking point, which you'll see it sounds a lot better. And then you also want to do that for your fade out. So again, we have to hit square. We want to do the fade out, 1.7 seconds. 1.7 seconds is a good rule of thumb. If you have dramatic music, you probably want it to be a little bit longer, but like anything hardcore, 1.7 seconds is good enough where it's just a good enough blend from game audio to the audio track to have it work nice. So we'll do a quick demo again. Boom, you hear it blend. It's at its peak point. It'll rock on. Just keep playing, then it's gonna blend out. And then the drama scene. Okay, so we have our audio. Now, just so you're aware, when you set your audio, it is reliant with your video as far as the timeline. So if you look at the bar going from left to right, our total video that we have right now with all our edits, it's 1 minute and 57 seconds. You can see that on the bottom right hand side. This audio file will only take place 44 seconds in on this whole frame of the video, and at 1 minute and 14 seconds, that is when it'll cut off. If we were to move this, and you can move this, right? And then we hit square again to edit. You can actually move music. So let's say we made some video clip edits and we probably took out some video clips, or we like the time frame of how the music is played, but we want to shift it over to another point. You can move that amount of music time somewhere else. The fade in and the fade out and the music time frame will remain the same, but in relation to the actual video file, when the audio and the video file play together, you can move it if that's something you want. And see now, I'm moving it now. It'll play a lot earlier if I move it to the left, or it can play at the very end if I move it to the right. So you can move the video file in itself like any other file. It's its own it's its own sector. Yeah, it's its own segment, sector, whatever you want to call it. It has its own tangible space, and it's in relation to the whole video itself, and it can be moved. So hopefully you get a better understanding. If you look at the blue and the green, I'm moving it from the time it will start to the time it'll end. I'm moving that full timeline, and I'm deciding when that video will take place in the whole video. So that's something neat, just in case if you do edits. But based on the last video, I don't want to do that. So the audio track is in there. What if you want to do voiceovers? You want to give out information, tutorials, you want to have funny voiceovers after you've done all your edits. How do you do that? Well, completely free using the Share Factory software. You can actually record as long as you have a mic plugged into your PS4 controller. You can actually do voiceovers. So what we'll do now is we'll hit X again to add something and go to Add Track 2. You can see we were at Add Music. Now we go to Add Track 2. Now, if you can see on the right-hand side, it tells us what's ready. The mic, the PS4 recognizes that there's a mic hooked up to my controller, so I can use the mic to do the voiceover. I don't have a camera with the PS4, so that's crossed out. So that's how you can tell, yeah, I can do voiceovers now. I don't have to have special software. I can use my gaming mic to do voiceovers on my videos. So if you look at the bottom left-hand side, you'll see if you hit X, boom, you can go into record audio. If you hit record audio, you have to get ready because commentary will start. Once commentary starts, it'll continue recording until the end of the whole video. So just remember, when you're done doing your voiceover, just hit X, it'll stop recording. Then you can move that audio recording footage or recordings period. You can move that around just like you did the audio tracks, and that's how you do your voiceovers. Now, really quick, there are other things you can add. We've already added clips, we've added screenshots, we've added voiceover tracks, music, transitions. You can change the layout on how the picture is displayed if you want. You can use the vertical, it looks like paintings, stuff like that. You can have this 240:1 aspect. It's more cinematic if you do it that way. If I add it, boom, that's how it'll look like. You can add things like that if you wanted to. You can also, what else? You can add a filter if you wanted. You can make it look more vibrant. You can give it a red effect. You can do all sorts of things with this software, which is pretty neat. Something Upload Studio doesn't have. So there's a lot of customizing your videos, making it look more professional or more personality, have something represent your personality a little bit better, and getting a message out there with different images and colors and things like that. There's photo filters, there's game filters, retro filters, anything you could think of. They have filters on how you display your video footage. Patched up. It is ready to go. You don't own a PC, but you want to upload this to your channel. You probably use the PC in the library, use a friend's laptop. Listen, don't fear anything at all. I got you covered. If you look on the right hand side, hit the triangle button, it allows you to share. It'll take all the information, all the edits and everything that you've done. It'll compile it into one file, one MP4 file. It'll render it. As you can see, we're on 25 seconds, 28 seconds. It's rendering. It's getting ready to patch everything up so it can send out to your YouTube channel. Yes, after all the edits with Share Factory, you can upload this bad boy without any other shenanigans hardware. You can upload it directly from ShareFactory to your YouTube channel. That is pretty freaking awesome. Something Upload Studio, Microsoft doesn't have anything like that. ShareFactory does, which is amazing because you can get that professional effect, do your voiceovers and everything else. You can put it on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Dailymotion. Now, a lot of us are starting YouTube channels, so by default, you can put it into YouTube. We'll share now. And what's going to happen is it's going to load up and it's going to ask us where we would like to put this footage. You can put it anywhere. If you select YouTube, all it's going to do is ask for your login information. You log in, you can actually set when you would like to post it up. Once you sign in, you have a menu come up. It'll ask you, do you want to make it public, private? Private being only you can see it since you're the account holder. Public allowing you to fully publish it and people to view it right away. You can do it that way as well. That's how you get it on YouTube. Now, let's say, okay, I have everything where I want it, but it's not quite where I want. I want to do some edits on PC. There's a few ways you can go about that. So you got all your footage good to go, packaged right through ShareFactory, but you want to make some extra edits, something that you have on your PC that allows you to make the video that much better. You can do that directly from your PS4 and store it on a USB flash drive. All you have to do is go to the home screen on the PS4, go to Capture Gallery, look for ShareFactory app, go to the actual video you want. I know it's this first one here. On your PS4 controller, hit the options button, which is on the right hand side, and go to copy to USB device. Select the video you want or videos you want from ShareFactory, and then click copy. Once you do that, it'll store all the information to your USB device via MP4 files, and then you can take the USB out, put it on your PC, and do the edits as you want. So we have two ways of doing it. You can upload directly from the PS4 to YouTube, or you can store it to the USB to your PC and do the edits from the PC, then upload to YouTube. That is probably the fastest way. There's also the other workaround where if you don't really own a USB drive, which is hard to believe, but for those who do not own a USB drive, you would actually upload to YouTube and in the menus set it to private. So when you upload, when it asks you to sign into your YouTube account, you can set it up for private so that only you can view it. Then on PC, you would log in to the PC, go to youtube.com, go to that video, try to play it, but pause it before you begin to play it. And then go to Google, open up another tab, go to Google. Then in Google, type download YouTube videos. If you hit the first link there, there's an app that pops up that's going to want the URL. You would then copy the URL of that video that you're looking to download from YouTube, and then it would create a file, and you would download from that URL website to take that YouTube video into your PC. To be honest, the quickest way to do it, very honest with you, is to just upload directly from your PS4 to your YouTube account, or to take it from your PS4 to USB, have it saved on the USB, and then put it in your PC, do your edits, and then upload that way. So those are the two unique ways to put it on your YouTube channel. I think it's pretty dope. I think ShareFactory is a great tool for everyone wanting to share their footage. New upcoming channels for the PS4. I think it's a big step forward for PS4 users to share their content a lot easier. Yeah, it's default. It's nothing really special, but it's clean. It looks good. It's a good representation. You don't need to have the latest and greatest. There's a starting point, and it's a good starting point. A lot of the tools there and the effects there, PlayStation and Sony, they spend a lot of money to make sure these tools work properly. It costs a lot of money to get something like that. If you were going to hire somebody to do those effects, it'll cost you more than you think to have those done. It's, people that do that type of work, they charge an arm and a leg for stuff like that. So it's a good starting point if you're starting a YouTube channel. Remember, it's about content. At least you have the effects and the tools here to make it look clean, neat, professional. But your content's the most important thing. The effects and stuff, yes, it's important. But remember, if you have these professional tools available to you freely, and although they're nothing unique, but they still give you that representation, then take advantage of it. It's pretty neat. So that's it for me. This is C4 Destroyer from Review Dork. I just gave you a tutorial on how to record your PS4 footage for free, completely for free, thanks to Sony and the PlayStation 4 system, and how to upload it a lot easier than Xbox users, that's for sure. But again, you can do that. ShareFactory is the app you want to use. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this helps you. If it doesn't, ask questions. We're always willing to help. This is C4 Destroyed from Review Dork, and I am out of here.